Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is V from V's Budget and today we are finally going to be tackling our 2022 goals. Now, it has taken me a little while to formulate what I wanted to achieve this year, and I'm not gonna lie, I did really enjoy watching so many people's videos. I kind of fell down a little bit of a rabbit hole because I found myself really overcomplicating my goals because every time I looked at a video, I kind of had a different idea, and then I saw people doing all these like savings challenges, and in the end I kept writing things down and I found myself thinking, whoa. To be honest, I found it quite overwhelming, and I know for a fact myself that if I feel too overwhelmed about something, even though I do enjoy functioning under pressure, I do tend to sort of scare myself off things. So I thought, hang on, girl, just go back to basics and just really think, what are the things that you want to prioritize for yourself? From a financial point of view, obviously, I do have some personal goals, but I won't really include this as part of this video. So I basically decided that I wanted to divide my goals into four sections and really keep it relatively simple. So I wanted to share with you what those are. So let's start. Now, first things first, and if you have watched my videos before, then you would know that, let me move that out of the way actually. It's being a lefty. Number one would be, and the first section would be to tackle my debt. Now, as you would know, I do have two main debts. Well, technically I have four actually main debts. I'll change my mind every like 4 minutes. So yeah, I have four main debts. Obviously my biggest one is my mortgage, which between us, I will not consider it as part of this. My mortgage is ticking along nicely. I'm not looking to clear that out anytime soon or tackle it. I just keep up my monthly repayments and that's that. My car loan, as I explained in my January video, I'll link that above. My car loan, to be honest, I don't really consider as a debt. I actually, funnily enough, received my statement today and I have about £12,500 outstanding on the loan. But the car is quite old and it has some issues. And to be honest, I just don't feel like I should be rushing to pay that off. When, to be honest, I'm not even sure the car will last the length of the rest of the loan. It probably is going to get to a stage where it might even be a write-off because there's so much that is basically wrong with it. Anyway, I'm basically paying a monthly fee as you do with loans, and I'm almost considering it as me hiring a car out. I know it's a bad way to look at it. Maybe we'll look for 2023 to clear that out, but for the moment I have different priorities and I don't really consider it as a debt that I want to be clearing out. So for debt that I want to be clearing out, we actually have the remainder two. One is my mattress. Now my mattress is currently got an outstanding balance of £170 and 44 pence. And basically that is a Nectar mattress that I purchased last May, and you split the payments on your credit card for 12 months. And in a way, it's actually helping me because I don't have any credit card debt. It is helping me with my credit scoring because it's something that gets charged on the credit card every month and then I pay off straight away, but it's not technically a loan. So it doesn't go against loans from a credit scoring point of view, but it is helping you build your credit on the credit card because it is basically coming out of your credit card every month. I ramble on. So that's £170 and 44 pence. I'm going to let it tick along and that will be paid by the 30th of April 2022. So I'm happy with that. The next bit is the windows. As I explained, I have had some windows installed around the house in September, and that basically was a £3,000 investment. I managed to put down 1,500 as a deposit, and I have £1,500 left to pay on the agreement before September this year, before I start incurring interest. I can take longer to pay it off, but from September this year, I basically get charged like something like 15% on top every month, which I do not intend to do. So that's £1,500 that I have to save. However, I already have £590 saved towards the window, which means that I need to find £910 by September this year, and that will be both debts done. I'm not saying that then I would consider myself debt-free because of the car loan and the mortgage, but definitely I would consider myself in my head like I don't have to think or worry about the debts that I have for at least until 2023, when I will decide what to do about my car situation. So that was the first section, which is my debt section. The second part is maintain. So for me, and I don't think I have shared this with you guys so far, but obviously I am on a budgeting journey. I have been on a budgeting journey for some time, and I already have built some funds. One of these is my emergency fund. So I have already built an emergency fund, and there is £1,000 in there. So one of the main objectives is to maintain this fund. And the second is my 3 months expenses. Now, in my world, that is a £9,000 fund, which I already have. And I just want to make sure that for sure the 3 months expensive stays untouched, unless, touch wood, something terrible happens and I lose my job, which I hope it won't happen, but that is the only reason how the money will get touched, is if something like that was to happen. And obviously the emergency fund is for, you know, if my washing machine breaks or anything like that. Yes, it's there to be used for those purposes, but I want to make sure that come December 2022, and again, touch wood, because 29th of December, I bet my washing machine breaks, but that I end the year with that £1,000 back in the account, no matter what happens. So that is my maintain strategy. And finally, my third point is to save. So there are two main things that I really want to achieve this year from a savings point of view. Because I don't have the pressure of the 3 months expenses and the emergency fund, I want to focus on things around my home. One of these things is Clara's bedroom. Clara is my little girl. She has a bedroom. She has a lovely little bedroom. I spent a lot of time and money decorating it when I was pregnant and making it as a nursery. She is turning 4 in March, and obviously she's slowly outgrowing it, and she will be going to school this September, as a lot of you will know. So I really want to give her a big girl's room, and I want to save for that. Now, I am going to put down Clara's bedroom, and I'm going to put £1,000. Now, I know this is going to sound a lot, but bear with me. Yeah. It doesn't look an apostrophe, but there you go. So Clara's bedroom is it's a double room, but for some reason the radiator is not under the window. It's on one of the bigger walls, which means that I only have a wall and a half to play with when it comes to her bedroom. And obviously, as she's getting bigger, she's coming out of her toddler bed, and I want to get her a nicer bed and a bigger bed. But I think what I will have to do, and what will help me in the long run, is to move the radiator from the wall that it's on right now and put it back under the window, where I think it belonged to start with, but for some reason somebody before me in the house had moved it. Obviously I will have to get somebody around and get quotes and things, but I think £1,000 should allow me to move the radiator and replace the flooring. There is wooden floor in the room, so replace the boards. Hopefully I can get the same ones from when I had the floor redone about 5 years ago, one hopes that B&Q will still stock them. But yeah, so that should cover the change in the radiator and the settling of the flooring. And then I just want to get her some bits to decorate the room and obviously her new bed. So I'm going to try and do it all for £1,000. I haven't had any quotes yet from any plumbers or anybody to come and have a look on how long and how much it costs, but I'm hoping that will do it. So that's what that is for. And then the second bit that I want to save, and again is towards the home, is for my downstairs bathroom. My downstairs bathroom has been a tip for the last 5 years of me living in this house, and it's time that it gets redone. And for that, I'd like to put away £3,000. It is a kind of like a shower room, but my problem is that it has a boiler in it, so I can't make it into a wet room. So I just need to find somebody that would come up with a bit of a creative solution around having the bathroom redone and keeping the boiler, and perhaps building something to cover the boiler up. Anyway, I'm hoping to do it all for £3,000. Now, the good news is that technically speaking, I already have £1,000 saved. So technically speaking, I could just go ahead with Clara's bedroom. But although I have that, I have got until September to get her room done, and I don't think it would take much to have that done, whereas I think it would take longer for me to do the bathroom. So although I technically have the money to achieve the first goal already, I think the £1,000 that I already have should go towards the bathroom, and hopefully I can then save for Clara's room as the year goes on and still achieve it in time for her to go to school. So that's the idea. Genuinely, I don't really know whether or not that will happen that way. And I'm sure as the months go on and things may change, perhaps even my priorities will change. But for the moment, that is one of my 2022 goals. And I feel like doing this helps manifest it. So there you go. And finally, so last but not least, I have got growth. And obviously, as you all know, I work full time. I'm a project manager, and currently I don't have a side hustle. And I think one of the things that I really want to try and achieve as part of 2022 is get a side hustle. I am not, to be honest, I don't really have masses of time where I can open an Etsy shop and sell things or anything like that. I'm hoping to just do what I can by doing the surveys and selling things on, Marketplace or Vinted or anything like that, because let's face it, I have a growing child. I could sell her clothes, I could sell my clothes. But also I am really passionate about this budgeting journey, and I feel like I can provide some experience and advice. And I've had a couple of people actually asking me to help them with their budget. And I don't mean to make a side hustle by charging them for it, but I certainly would like to grow my channel and my expertise, and you never know, maybe utilize that expertise to make a side hustle to some level. So yeah, that's the plan, to have some sort of extra money coming in. As such, and perhaps linked to that, I also have a YouTube target. I would absolutely love to get to 500 subscribers this year. I know that some people get a lot more in a year, but I also know of people that get a lot less. So for me, I would be super happy to get 500 subscribers in the first 12 months. If I could get to 1,000 subscribers in a couple of years and eventually get monetized and get a little bit of extra money coming from YouTube, I would absolutely love that. But I'm not doing it for that. I'm not doing this YouTube channel for those purposes. I'm doing it because I'm passionate about it, and I am doing it because I like the community, and I'd like to share the way that I do things in hope that maybe somebody looking at things may think, okay, maybe I'm not so big on the cash stuff in as such, but I could do it digitally, and there's somebody that I can look at and sort of mirror. So that's the aim for that. And then finally, in terms of growth, and I know that maybe sometimes people don't think of this as a goal, but stick to budget. Obviously, this is not my first year on this journey. However, you know, it is human to not necessarily stick to plan. And I definitely can acknowledge that in 2020 and 21, although I've achieved all the sinking funds that I needed, and you know, I worked towards something and I built what I wanted, I also exceeded my own budgets. For example, Christmas. I had a £500 budget for Christmas. I completely blew it out of the park. It ended up it basically exceeded the 1,000. And that is because, yes, we went and saw our families abroad, but also because I am terrible at buying for other people. If I said, okay, I'm going to buy that person a present and it's going to be £30, if I then see something that I think, oh my God, they're going to love it, but it's like £45-50, I will get them that. And although it's lovely, I'm sure, for the person receiving it, from my point of view, what happens is that I then get left without the money to buy somebody else a present. And I've noticed this with my March birthdays. I've only got £98 in my gifting fund at the moment. And I have got my daughter's birthday, my partner's birthday, my mom, my stepdad, and my partner's son's birthday. And let's face it, it's not going to cut it. So I'm going to have to add to that fund. And, you know, although I got Clara most of her presents and I'm pretty much done with her, I do have other people that I'd want to buy for. And because I went crazy for her birthday on Black Friday, yeah, it basically means that I'm going to leave other people without, which I won't, obviously, because I will make up the funds. But there you go. You know, I just want to make sure that if I set aside a £500 gifting budget, I should be able to buy everyone their presents for £500. And I shouldn't feel guilty that, oh, I didn't spend the extra £10-15 to make it amazing, because I'm sure that at the end of the day, people would still appreciate the presents regardless, because it's a gesture, isn't it? I think what I would like to be better at is actually make sure that I remember people's birthday that are outside my like sort of immediate circle, and send them cards and let them know that I'm thinking about them, etc. I think that is more something that I like to do. In fact, I went out and I got a load of birthday cards at the end of last year to make sure that I have birthday cards for everyone this year, and all I need to do is send them. So I've got them all in a folder. I know when people's birthdays are, and I just need to pay the postage and send them out. I feel like I've rambled on for ages, but I kind of took you through my methods of thinking and how I got to this. I know it's probably not as exciting as other people's 2022 goals, but I think this is going to be more realistic for me. And I don't really know whether I'll be getting a bonus this year, whether there'll be any extra money that is coming in this year from different sources. So I feel like what I've got is achievable based on the circumstances and my finances. And then anything else I can do on top will be great. And I really look forward to going through these 2022 goals at the end of 2022 with you guys and just seeing what we've actually been able to achieve. So this is it, you guys. I'd just like to say thank you very much for all those of you that have subscribed to the channel so far and that are listening to me rambling on a couple of times a week. I really appreciate it. I can't believe we've hit just over 40 subscribers in a couple of weeks. I am so thankful. If you haven't so already, I would really appreciate it if you could hit that subscribe button and that bell so that you could be kept up to date for when I post my next video, which will be the January week 2 2022 check-in. So yes, I look forward to seeing you then. Bye.